Hi, thank you all for joining me for today's session on practical ideas for becoming tooth friendly, looking at policies, guidelines, activities, and how to engage parents and carers. We're really sorry for any difficulties joining the last session. I'm really grateful to you all for being willing to watch the pre-recorded version. If throughout today you've got any queries or any questions, anything you'd have liked to discuss with me, then please do pop me an email, and I'm more than happy to have a chat going forward. Those of you that are joining us because you've joined session 1 and 2, welcome back. Thank you for joining session 3. Those of you that are new, my name is Sophie. I'm the Oral Health Manager for Community Dental Services in Oxfordshire. We're a team commissioned by the Oxfordshire County Council with the aim and the goal of improving oral health. And we do that by delivering training and going out and about in the community and talking to people face to face around the key messages. So our aims and objectives today: to know adaptations that you can make to make your early year setting tooth friendly. And our objectives are to know some simple changes you can make to policies and procedures, gain ideas for promoting oral health within your setting, and look at practical ways of engaging parents and carers. So the role of an oral health champion. So you will probably be aware that if you attend session 1, 2 and 3, you will be certified as an oral health champion. Don't worry if you haven't managed to attend all 3, just let me know and we can make sure that you can join the next cohort for the sessions that you've missed. So just to summarise again what your roles and responsibilities will be: you'll be supporting your children, the families and your colleagues in oral health. You'll be regularly sharing key messages and information, encouraging tooth-friendly practices, liaising with us at Community Dental Services. You'll attend a yearly discussion group where we'll talk about successes and challenges within your setting. You will be able to reaccredit after 2 years to continue your role as a champion, and of course you will get your certified CPD as well. So I'm sure we all know this by now, but our mouths are so vital. They are really important to ensuring that we can smile, we can laugh, we can speak, eat, breathe, learn, and so much more. Your mouth truly is the gateway to your body, and we know that you need a healthy mouth, to have a healthy body. So really vital that it is at the top of our agenda, and that is something we are all educating people about and sharing key messages. So oral health is now part of your early year framework, and so it is likely that if you have a visit from Ofsted, they will ask you what you are doing to both promote and support good oral health. So that is what today's session is sort of focused on. We're looking at different ideas and different things that you guys can do that you could then turn around and say to Ofsted, this is how we promote and support good oral health within our setting. So as you know, there's 3 key steps to good oral health, and that is toothbrushing, diet and dentist. So we have broken it down looking at all 3. So having a look at toothbrushing initially, the key thing really here is to be educating why we brush our teeth. So what's the purpose behind brushing our teeth? You know, children know that they need to brush their teeth, but they don't always know why, what the negative impact is if we don't look after oral health, you know, what actually happens inside our mouth. So really important that we teach them why it's so important, and also how. So how do we have good oral health? So that is, again, educating around brushing, diet and dental visits, both to your children, but also of course to their families as well, who might not know those key messages or be aware of those things. You can really pull oral health into other subjects, so it doesn't always need to be its own subject. There are other things such as having a healthy body, being hygienic, having people who help us, and you can pull oral health in, so it can weave very nicely into lots of things that you guys already talk about. Different things that you can do is sort of look at different books, look at different videos, and lots of activities. There's loads of activity ideas. A book that we really like, that we encourage everybody to have, is Open Wide What's Inside. This is by Alex Rushworth, and it's really good. It talks about the sugar bugs and the fact that they feast on the sugar from your food and then poo on your teeth, and that causes holes. Really good one for reluctant brushers. And it's also, most books around decay tend to say sort of the bugs eat teeth, whereas this one is more accurate. If you don't want to purchase the book, then head over, find us on YouTube, and we have actually read that book for you, so you can just simply play it to the children. Loads and loads of different videos and book recommendations that we can give you, and you'll all get a link to our Family Fun and Information Hub where we've got a list of those recommendations for you. We know that a big part of brushing our teeth is dexterity. Okay, so it requires certain skill and certain level of dexterity. So we need to be practicing that. And there's loads and loads of things that you guys can do to support dexterity within your setting. Whether that comes to actually practicing with a toothbrush and brushing sort of dolls or toys, or some people laminate a set of teeth and then get the children to brush the teeth. Mouth models, loads of different things. It could be that you chop up food, or you do some colouring and some drawing, lots and lots of different things to use your hands and increase your dexterity, that will in turn mean a child can brush their teeth more thoroughly. Maybe your setting would like to make up a 2-minute song that you can play, and then the children can go home and brush to make sure they're brushing their teeth for long enough. That's quite a nice one. In terms of engaging parent partnerships, so making sure that education is continuing at home. So it doesn't just want to be the focus within your setting. We also want children to go home and have that continued education. So you can do that by sharing key messages with families. So making sure that they are aware of the key things around toothbrushing, diet and dental visits. You can also encourage them to do some educational stuff at home, such as filling out brushing charts and getting the children to bring them back in. Some children get their families to send photos in of them brushing their teeth, and that's a really nice conversation starter within the setting. Some of our settings have provided or looked at toothbrushing packs as well, where they've given out packs with toothbrushes, toothpaste, maybe a timer and a leaflet in it, which is really nice. Again, the children are excited to take it home. They're then much more cooperative and involved in their toothbrushing as well. And we have had quite a lot of feedback that the packs and the brushing charts and stuff like that do really engage the children at home, and it's really, really helpful for the parent and carer if they've got reluctant brushers. In terms of the financial side of those packs, there's lots of different options that you could look at. You could look at doing a fundraiser. You could look at reaching out to places like your local supermarkets or different brands and seeing if they'd be willing to donate samples to go in your toothbrushing packs as well. We also offer our settings to do supervised toothbrushing. And a lot of the time when I say supervised toothbrushing, people envision it to be really messy, and there's going to be lots and lots of children stood brushing and spitting and water everywhere, and that really isn't the case. Supervised toothbrushing is much more straightforward than it seems. It requires about a 30-minute additional training session, and we will look at the standing operating procedure because, of course, there are different things in place to make sure that it's clean and that it is ran correctly. It really supports reluctant brushers. So those that are reluctant at home, they do tend to be much more cooperative within your setting. It is an additional preventative measure. So supervised toothbrushing is designed to go on top of the 2 toothbrushing sessions that are done at home, to help reduce the risk of decay. So it's not instead of, which I think a lot of our settings are concerned that it would then become their responsibility to brush a child's teeth in the morning, and that's absolutely not the case. Just to give you an example of what supervised toothbrushing looks like, the children can sit around a table. They have a napkin each with a little dollop of toothpaste on that napkin. Their little toothbrush, they take the toothpaste, brush their teeth, spit into the napkin and put it in the bin bag. So it's not as complicated as it sounds. If you are wanting to do that, we can provide you or fund those toothbrushing racks, okay, because they do tend to be one of the larger costs of supervised toothbrushing. The cost to supervised toothbrush for a child is around £4 per person per year. So it isn't overly pricey. The setting could absorb that cost. Again, you could look at fundraisers, or alternatively, you could ask the families and the carers to pay the £4 a year for their child to do supervised toothbrushing. If you want to know more around supervised toothbrushing, then please do ping me an email and we can chat about it further. This is some of the photos from some of our settings and looking at some of their activities, which I thought were really lovely. This is the end of sort of like a Coke bottle or a lemonade bottle that they've painted and made into teeth. And I believe they actually put like bits of Play-Doh and stuff on them, and then got the children sort of brush it off and pick it off with the different dental tools. Having a little tough tray, which is like a talk tray, I thought that was a really, really nice idea. So all the little bits laid out and it just got children talking. Having the children brush dolls or toys is a really popular one. The laminated teeth is another really good one, and sort of food sorting into tooth friendly and unfriendly. So loads and loads of different activities. If you come up short and you need some more, then just let me know because I can pull lots and lots of different ideas for you. Okay, so in terms of diet, so we do ask you guys to look at your policies and just make sure they are tooth friendly. And what we are looking at as those additions is to see that there's only tooth friendly foods offered between meals. So this is meaning that any snacks that are provided or even bought in from home, you are ensuring that they are tooth friendly so that they don't have sugar and they don't have acid. Be really aware that that does include raisins as well, which do tend to be given as a snack. So your best snacks would be your fruit and veg in its whole form, cheese, crackers, rice cakes, breadsticks, things like that. Aim to keep to water and milk only and encourage it in a clear bottle so that you guys can see what is being bought in. Some of our settings will keep the water bottles empty and they refill them themselves every day, which is quite good because it means they know that it is only water and not something like flavoured water or very weak squash that would be acidic that you can't see. And then the other thing that we'll always encourage is open top cups to be provided with meals. It's really, really vital that a child comes away from heated or bottles and that they learn how to use an open top cup for their mouths and their teeth. So if we can encourage open top cups throughout the day, certainly with a snack or a main meal, that would be excellent. I appreciate that bottles kind of have to be out and about, so they're probably the best thing throughout the day, but the open top cups can be encouraged with a meal. In terms of your tooth friendly celebrations, we want them to be we want any celebration to be tooth friendly, so not having a huge focus on food. And the way you can do that is encouraging sort of for birthdays and things like that, the families to bring in something that doesn't evolve around sweets or cake. So it could be that the family brings in fruits that the children don't normally have. They could provide stickers for the children. They could even donate a book to the setting, something like that, so that we aren't focusing all around food. If a parent or a carer is adamant that they are going to bring in food or cake or sweets, we could advise or we could say that needs to go home with the children to be consumed as part of their main meal. And then that family has the discretion as to when that child has it and if that child has it as well. And likewise, any food-based activities that you guys are doing within your setting to have a very savoury basis. So if you're doing cooking or things like that, you can look at chopping veg, making soups, doing pizzas, stuff that doesn't involve sugar or acid. If you do anything that does contain sugar, again, make sure that it is going home with that child. There's loads and loads of ways that you can celebrate events or festivities that don't involve food or revolve around food. So when it comes to that birthday, you can give the children sort of a special hat. They can pick the book that you read to the class. They can sit on a special chair. They can have their photo displayed. Lots and lots of different things. But children will be going home and likely having cake and naughty food and sweets with their families and at birthday parties and things like that. So we don't need to be encouraging it within your setting. Both for the healthy eating policy and the tooth celebration policy, we can provide you that policy, and all you need to do is change your settings names. Okay, so if you want those, again, pop me an email. In terms of parent partnership, another thing that we really would like you to be sharing is snack provision. So how to cut up and serve food correctly. In your setting, you will be following guidance. But at home, families and carers aren't always aware of snack provision or how to provide food chopped up in the correct manner. So please do share some links and some information on that. Make sure you promote Healthy Start. So we've covered this before, but Healthy Start is your scheme designed to help pregnant women and children under 4 to eat healthier. If they're from a low-income family, they get a little credit card and they can pay for fruit and veg, formula, milk, and claim vitamins using that card as well. And we know that around 30% of eligible people in Oxfordshire aren't claiming. So do push and promote Healthy Start amongst your families. Again, when I send you an email after today, you will get a link to Healthy Start and some resources that you can share. Something that a lot of our settings have done that's worked really well is a sugar content display. So if you're having frequent snacks and things in lunchboxes that are high sugar, pick some of those out of the lunchboxes, sort of make a list of the ones you're frequently seeing, and then you can weigh out the sugar, either with sugar or salt. Weigh it out, pop it into a little bag, and then stick it up with that item on a display board. Educational for the children. It's an activity that they're getting to do, weighing out, doing maths, doing the weighing, but also looking at the sugar content. And then, of course, it's quite eye-opening for the families and the parents when they come and pick up and drop off, and they can visually see how much sugar is in some of those items. On our website, we've got a how to pack a healthy lunchbox video, which is all around what we would like to see in a healthy lunchbox and different recipe ideas and things like that. So another really good one that you can share, and that link is on the page here. Also promote the Food Scanner app. So the NHS Food Scanner app, free to download on your phone. Fun, interactive, colourful, really, really excellent for children to be able to scan foods and see the sugar content and fat and salt and all those different things, and also really, really helpful for the families as well, because often things, as we know from previous discussions, often things that are advertised as tooth friendly or healthy aren't. Okay, so it's really, really helpful to be able to visually see the sugar contents using that app. You also have the option to do a lunchbox audit. So if you wanted to take part in Healthy Smiles, you have the option to do Healthy Smiles Plus, and that is an additional standard, which is either your lunchbox audit or your supervised toothbrushing. I'll attach the Healthy Smiles standards for you with your email, so you guys can have a think. If you're not already accredited in Healthy Smiles, please do consider it, because it's going to look really, really good for you. It's going to look great behind your name and ensure that you are doing the correct procedures when it comes to being tooth friendly. So a lunchbox audit is a Healthy Smiles Plus, a standard 7. It's quite simple for the setting, a bit more tricky for us at Community Dental Services. What we get you to do is pop out a letter or an email stating that you are going to conduct an audit, and that gives families the opportunity to pull out and say no, they don't consent. Then on the day, the lunches will come in and you ask people to continue to pack a pretty standard lunchbox, so we don't want them to suddenly change what they're packing because we're doing this audit. So they're going to pack a lunchbox and bring it into the setting, and what you guys do is you have a spreadsheet and you're going to write down the contents of the lunchbox, so just simply what you can see in that lunchbox, and then you're going to take a photo and pop that on the spreadsheet as well. We provide you the letters, we provide you with the spreadsheet and all of that information. That will then come to us at Community Dental Services, and we will break it down into a report for you. So we look at all of the items as a whole, so the whole classes or all of the lunchboxes audited. We don't individually look at any child or any lunchbox in particular. We look at it as a whole, and we look at things that are high fat, high sugar, balanced lunches, etc. Make a report. So there's one like the one on the screen there, which will go out to your families, and there's one with a bit more detail that will stay between you guys within your settings, so that you are aware and that you can share amongst your staff. You can share that then with families and offer a parent session by us at Community Dental Services, where we talk about healthy eating, brushing, diet, dental visits, and how to pack healthier lunchboxes. And then, of course, we would like you to re-audit later down the line and see if that's made any difference and what improvements we are seeing within those lunchboxes. In terms of education around food, then there's lots of different things that we can be doing, bearing in mind that for a lot of children, they're not actually exposed to a variety of different foods. They're not seeing them, they're not smelling them, they're not touching them or tasting them. So making sure that you are focusing around sensory education and different activities that do involve food is going to really, really benefit those children. So some different things you can do is things like taste testing, chopping and cutting different fruits and vegetables. Again, like I said earlier, that's practicing their dexterity as well. Sorting foods into different categories, so things like tooth friendly and tooth unfriendly foods. We do try and encourage you not to go down the healthy and unhealthy route, and instead friendly, unfriendly, because every food has some sort of nutritional value to it. Cooking, so again, some children won't be exposed to that, so cooking within your setting, learning about seasons. Some settings even grow their own fruit and veg. Vegetable printing or painting, again, getting that child to touch, feel, smell the different foods. Taste Ed here on the slide with that link has got some really excellent ideas that you can take to promote sensory education around food, and Simply Veg as well has got lots of recipes and ideas on it as well. So please do use those links when you've got these slides. And your dentist. So ways you can promote going to the dentist is to add the dentist details onto your admission forms. And we're at quite a nice stage at the moment because it's not going to, you've got a new cohort starting in September. So you've almost got a clean slate. Adding dentist details onto that admission form opens the door immediately. It means you can instantly start talking about oral health. You find out whether they're facing any challenges, support people to improve routines, and also help them get registered. So if they're not registered, help them get registered, share local dental practices, send the links to the NHS website, let people know what to do in the event of an emergency, meaning that those children are well supported. You could ask for a local dentist or a dental nurse to come out to the setting and do a visit and talk to the children directly. Have a look at role play. Those up in the top photo there are our resources at Community Dental Services that you can all loan. Again, I will include that in the email that I send you. They're free to loan. You can have them between 1 and 2 weeks. It can be really great use of your 1 or 2 weeks to then have a focus on oral health. You've got backgrounds, dental chairs, mouth models, brushes, books, all sorts of things there. Or you could set up your own little role play area, so you don't need to borrow our resources. Some people have done it as simple as having a chair and a mirror, and the children lay back in the chair and somebody uses the mirror to have a look. But role play is really important for practicing going to the dentist, opening wide, and all these different things. This video on the slide, again, you have got the link, is how to prepare children for their first dental visit. So a really great video that you can share out to families who perhaps are going for the first time or within their first few years of their children starting to go to the dentist when cooperation can be a bit tricky. So please do share that video. Make sure that you are always pushing and sharing information regularly. So this is going to be key because oral health is going to be drip. Okay, we don't expect people to learn everything immediately. What we want is that it is dripped into all the things that you're doing and it maintains at the front of somebody's mind. So looking at different things like your displays, making sure you've got something around oral health on your displays. Have you got a website? Have you got a link on that website to us at Community Dental Services? Maybe you could have your own oral health tab on that website. In terms of newsletters, you could share oral health information in your newsletters, or you can sign up to ours at Community Dental Services and simply share that yourselves. That's going to look really good if Ofsted come to you and every month you've shared our newsletters. That's going to look really good. You can also share our social media content or put your own on social media and on Class Dojo as well. So just making sure parents and carers are regularly fed information. As I've said a few times about this information hub throughout today, really excellent page. It has got leaflets and posters and activities and games and app recommendations, lots and lots of different things. If there's a subject that you guys think you might need more information about, have a look on the information hub because you'll probably find it. If you don't, if you're looking for a resource that isn't there, come back to us as well because we can create and make resources. We've got our 6 leaflets on our website, 3 for adults, 3 for children. Try to keep them quite short and quite sweet as to not to overwhelm. So they can also be shared. The QR code there is to sign up for our newsletters as well. Okay, as I said to you, drip. We don't expect children to master their times tables or know their sounds in a few lessons. So we have to keep revisiting a topic several times to build on it. And it's exactly the same with teeth. So feeding it in, dripping it in wherever you possibly can. As I said to you, it really does slot into lots and lots of other subjects quite nicely. It doesn't always need to be its own topic. So please do consider signing up for your Healthy Smiles. You have a set of 6 standards. If you complete those 6 standards, you then get certified as Healthy Smiles. That lasts you 2 years, and it's really great. It's great to have on your behind your name. It's great in terms of Ofsted, and of course your parents and your families are going to really appreciate it as well. So there's a little QR code there. You can sign up or inquire about Healthy Smiles. Our next cohort starts in September. Share our leaflets, promote healthy starts, and making sure that you are pushing that healthy start out and getting people the help that they need. There is a bit of training on Good Food Oxfordshire around Healthy Start. It's just a clickable website, so you don't need to sign up or anything like that. But it will give you guys really good information around Healthy Start so that you can promote and share it with your families. And as I've said, pull in oral health prevention in every topic or as many topics as you possibly can. Okay, there is a link there to the evaluation 3. You can scan that with your phone. Quickly pause me and scan that with your phone, but you'll all get it in your email as well. Please do make sure that you complete that evaluation because, of course, people that have completed all 3 evaluations will then get you a champion certificate. Again, if you haven't managed to complete all 3, you've just managed 1 or just managed 2, let me know and we can sign you on to the next cohort. I appreciate that this is a lot shorter than what you guys are used to in terms of the training, but obviously there was quite a few sections today where we'd sort of stopped and had discussion when we were running the session live. So therefore, if you've got queries or questions or anything that you do want to go over, or you do want to discuss with me, please do let me know. I'm always happy to have a Teams call or a phone call or even come and see you if you're all in Oxfordshire, so I can even come and see you. So do keep us updated. Once you've watched this video, pop me an email. My email's on the first slide, but you'll also get it in the email that's sent out to you. Just let me know that you've completed this training and the evaluation, and I'll make sure you get your certificates as soon as possible. Thank you. Good luck as an oral health champion. Or if you are joining us the next time, then we will see you on the next set of 3. Thank you so much. Goodbye.